Are you a superhero to your kid?
Absolutely.
Not when your boss is in the room. What's best for your kids is to put your money into something, the stress, go through all of it, so when your child becomes a man, he doesn't have to work for nobody.
Right, well, that's the
you
whole
can
thing.
just pass it to him. Can another man say you're fired?
Absolutely.
No one can tell me that. That's priceless.
But I'm
Do you think your son enjoys you calling somebody else a boss? Don't you think your son would rather wake up with you and you could pick him up from school instead of having to do a 9 to 5? Don't you think your son would love if his name was up there? I taught my son never to have a boss. He's 23. He owns a restaurant. He has cookies. He has equity. He busts his ass so he can pass it on to his son. If that's not what you're hustling for, you're selfish. You keep saying I'm worried about my kids. You worried about you. My kids, you enjoy the safety and the security of a job every day. But there's no pride in that to me. But when you do something that's for yourself and your family, it never feels like work. I hustle for my last name. I don't hustle for my first.
I've never been one of the people that could be comfortable being careless. Some people, I noticed the quality that they don't have that. They just don't have the I guess the pressure on themselves. You know, they just have a little bit of a comfort that I don't have. I don't feel comfortable unless I know I went above and beyond with my preparation. The things that possibly could happen, if I ain't take real steps to prevent those things, I'm not comfortable. I can't walk around, you know, charismatic and happy. Nah, I gotta make sure, you know, we setting up some type of wealth, because we might have a little bag right now, but we know a lot of people had a bag right now and they ended up bad.
I mean, if you following your own dream or path that you laying down, that's what you're supposed to do. But I wouldn't recommend nobody look at anything that anybody else is doing and say, I want to do that, because you don't know the path that has been taken to be able to get to that point. And if you ever got the opportunity to try, you'll see just how difficult it really is.
You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to do this, or you just want some money? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, everything you do, you want the money out of it, but how you gonna break the bank if you got a real passion for it and you want to be the best at it? You know what I mean? Like,
Corporate is a facade. It's not yours. You can't give it to nobody. You can't give it to your family. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A true man wants to make his life easier for his children, not himself. Right? So I can just have a job where I get fired or I die, I'm done, my kids don't get it, I'm gonna hustle for a pension? Hell nah. When the company sell, I don't get nothing? What you working for if it's not yours? How hard you gonna really work for it if you don't own it? Think about it. You're working for a paycheck. You're gonna do the least amount of work as possible unless you really believe there's a future in it.
Obviously, it's a marathon, and it just stands for endurance. It stands for staying down. It stands for, like, not quitting, accepting the ups and downs of whatever game you commit yourself to and riding it out, you feel me? Because, you know, that's the reality of, you know, success or greatness, that it come with a roller coaster ride, you know? So I think that anybody could apply the marathon concept to what they do, if it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever. You're on a marathon, you know? The marathon is just about seeing long term, seeing a vision, understanding that nothing really worthwhile happens overnight, and just sticking to your script long enough to make something real happen. Laying a brick every day instead of trying to build a brick wall. Just lay a brick every day. Eventually you look up, you're gonna have a brick wall.
I thought we was doing this just so we could be with our kids. I'm not doing this so I could be outside more. I'm doing this so I could be with my kids, period. And if you're doing it for any other reason, that's why you're not happy. Because love's not involved. That's not your currency. I'm not going to spend the money. I work for my children and my girl. I'm an employee for them.
straight up.
Literally, I don't get nothing. All money just goes into paying people. Niggas, I don't get to look at money. You know, I want them to keep the broke shit on me. Keep that shit. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
I'm trying to build this dream over here and be high while I'm doing it.
Straight up.
I just believed in the plan on paper, and just, you know, amongst the team, it always felt like it could work. It was a good plan. And that to be empowered the way we wanted to be empowered, to get to the level that we want to get to, that it was this route. And it seemed like you had to be comfortable being counted out at times, because if you was uncomfortable with that, that will put pressure on you to make decisions that might be premature, might work against you in the long run. That's why I call my whole shit the marathon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I think it was a lot of pressure to, like, take the elevator.
or jump on somebody else's back, or
ride somebody else's wave.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that worked for a moment, but the respect is what keep you in the game. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? And the distinguishing yourself through how you get there, is what people really, really at the end of the day say that I know his character from demonstration. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was what was most important. And whatever we could accomplish within that boundary, that's what we wanted. We didn't want nothing else outside of that until we was, in a position to get that on our own and in our own way. And so every time we make a step forward or make progress, it count for that much more because we know how we got here. We know we kept it pure.
For sure.
It's a mentality. I want to have generations of this. What if your kids aren't as strong as you? What if your kids' kids aren't as strong as you? Then what?